Welcome back, my gardening friends. This is my seat that I use on the raised beds. Very useful, and a card will pop across the top of the screen if you want to have a quick look at that. I'm going to talk about green manure today. But first of all, I want to talk about open top canes, making sure we put the bottles on top. So I tell you something, it probably hurts. So that's a lesson. That's what could happen to you. So always make sure your bottle tops are on any canes where you can actually bend down and catch your eye. I did mark myself once a long time ago, and ever since I've really tried hard to make sure I do that. But talking about green manure, some of these green manure, these field beans, just starting to flower. So that's the time now to actually get these cut down. You might see these canes here. I'm going to save a few. I'm not going to get rid of them all. Be a nice little snack, and maybe save some more seed. But the mice had a few of these, but look at this lot. And if you catch the field beans or any bean family before they actually flower, then all the nitrogen that's stored below ground won't get used up. So I'm going to be cutting these down now and then just topping it off with a bit of compost with the added perlite that we find. So let's get to it, and we'll do a little bit of pause and record. Well, that was nice and easy. I suppose you could actually chop them up into bits and dig them in, but this is a no-dig permanent bean bed, so runner beans, peas, etc. These look better now, and we'll be looking at the broad beans as well. And my seat is absolutely perfect. Whoops, let's go and have a look at this underground worm farm first. There's the cardboard with a little hook. And as we move over, the worms have done a great job, you see. So this piece of wood is actually under the cardboard, so the cardboard sits on this side, and that's lovely material, and there's nothing to stop me from getting this out and spreading it on the beds, because we will need to add more material. This one's almost almost gone. The last bits of cardboard left, and worms are still busy, so they're still happy there. There was no worms in that other because there was no food, so I need to get these topped up and fresh bits of cardboard on. There's different types of green manure. There's the mustard. The mustard didn't do very well at all. Maybe I should have planted it earlier, but there's only a certain time you can plant it, when the crops and the beds become vacant. This will all settle down and hopefully produce me some nice runner beans and peas this year. And please leave some comments on your experiences with green manure. This is my first year using it, and I've been quite impressed. I've got enough beans to do another bed like this again, as long as the mice don't pinch them. So yes, thumbs up, thumbs down, and pop in the comments, and please join in with those comments by all means, and talk to other people. So sticking with broad beans, these are the Bunyard's exhibition, and this latest wind chill has really knocked some of them about, and these are the bits that we've removed, not many, and you can see the new growth does come from the bottom. So we don't despair, but you've seen the green field beans, they've done a lot better. Moving on to Marie Curie's crimson broad beans, again some have bought it. I'm hoping that one will survive, but it's not looking as good as some of the others. Mind you, they're all looking a bit pale, and it's still cold even now. But when the polytunnel's up and done, I might start them off in there and get them out when they're about this high, giving them a good start to try and beat the black fly. I didn't mention last time that my asparagus had shooted right up. Most of it survived. That one has flopped over, but that may be other damage. This one's curled its ear rolls back in and not liked it, but middle of the screen there. The beds are nice and warm, but it's still really quite cold. I thought it was a little bit early for asparagus, but there again, we don't normally get these really cold temperatures in April. We normally get April showers of rain, but at the moment it's been hail and sleet, and we did end up having some quite heavy snow. These are about 2 years old, just over 2 years old. We've taken them from seed from the volunteer by the greenhouse on plot 1. They were in pots, and I decided to get them planted. Quite a few people did say better off in the ground. So this is a permanent bed now. Can't put anything else in here. We'll keep the underground worm farms topped up, and that's what it did look like. And the worms are up there, and there's all sorts growing. Oh, there we go, potato. That's a slice of potato that my mother sent me. There must have been an eye on it, and it's growing away with the rest. So you can literally grow potatoes from absolutely anything. So there's just an eye there, and it's growing away. Let's hope the worms get to it and finish it off. But I'm really pleased with the underground worm farms. I've had them for many years, and I do recommend that little bit of space there. With asparagus, you don't want to be disturbing the ground. You can add materials to the top, let the worms take them down, but at least the worms can migrate from underground worm farm as we feed, and they can poo and wee as they go. Some of the Sabuto F1 that we took straight from the Agriland plant plug trainers straight into the ground there, doing well. And these were the full one, and they popped out really nice. Grabbed the leaves, and they went straight into the ground. And as you can see there's one seed, but you get more than one plant from each seed, sometimes up to 3. And by doing them in the however you want them to do them, you never get any bare areas. Every station is full now, and I do space them apart because when I water them I put the rows down the middles, so that's why I space them out like that. Saves get water on the leaves, and then the cold frosty nights, it helps them to oh, who put that there? Oh, grand again. But you see there the new growth coming through really well. This is the purple sprouting, not purple, it's the crimson, oh come on, yeah, I think it's crimson, sprouting broccoli, and it's certainly threw out lots and lots of side shoots, and I've got about 10 or 15 plants to harvest. It's a struggle to eat it all. The parsnips got through the winter okay. We planted those on the 20th of September, and they're already started to form, so I'm hoping to get a nice early crop of parsnips because I've only got 3 left in the other bed. The cauliflower graffiti F1, a purple variety, it did not like that cold spell either, and I've had to take a few leaves off so that it doesn't put its energy into those dead or dying leaves, and some nice new growth coming from the bottom, or in the middle shall we say. Square foot gardening, it's all looking good. A lot of these came from out of the plugs, and I've still got these to do, and I'm going to get into trouble if I don't get those planted soon, but hey ho, that's how things go sometimes. You win some and you lose some. I like to plant them a little distance apart, 1 seed per station, and these were shop bought seed, not my save seed. Well, so what's this? It's the Southern Giant curled mustard. Well, excuse me. Very nice. Just needs to mature a little bit more, but I'm pleased with my square foot gardening. I found this skylight and I thought, what can I do with that? And it almost fits the square foot gardening. So one of these beds will have this, and then at least I'll be able to see my plants, and it's slightly domed as well, so that's absolutely ideal. Here's a few more things that we found this month. So anybody who has been following me a long time, that's my Chesterton windmill, and during Storm Dennis it literally took off and smashed itself to pieces. So we've repaired that. So it consists of a piece of aluminium from a greenhouse that I'd got lying about, and these are inserts into the lamps, street lamps. They're changing them to LEDs, and these were the little reflectors. I tried one, but it wasn't big enough, so I put 2 together, and it does it's balanced really well. I don't know how I'd managed that, I'm sure, but it's turning quite nicely. The wind hasn't been strong enough to get it going. It's just, I know, that's good, that's good. All the trees now are started to show their leaves, and you've probably noticed the old cartwheel. Mrs. K's had a bit of a tidy up in the garden. That cartwheel was part of some rustic cart furniture, so they incorporate the cartwheels and other bits from old carts from the last century. And Mrs. K spotted that in a garden centre all on its own. Solid oak, I think she got it for a £10. It's been painted that many different colours, but now it's going to be at home in the allotment. It'll be nice to get this water flowing again. It won't be long before we're planting the wildflower garden. I think I've killed my sweet peas, but do you think it's worth planting them and giving them some Epsom salts? Please let me know. The wind's been absolutely awful with the cold weather as well, and all this was blown over. Everything was ended up over there. We've got a couple of the red sandstone as well to incorporate into the garden. Rhubarb's doing really well, all bar from this one. But you can see there's one there, and then there. So I think these are the ones that I planted. These are the originals. These were the ones I put in between, and they've never, by the look of it, done as well. Maybe a different variety. My coffee grounds are drying, and then they're getting rained on, but that's one of those. And I've got loads more of these straps that I've used to support the raspberries, which work really well. It's far too many there for me, but it's just seems just a shame to for them to go to landfill. The grow bags, MEKA, and the radish icicle, long white, looks like they've all germinated, most of them anyway. I'm trying to have a tidy up, guys, and I'm just sorting out now some of the containers. I'm changing them. I'm going to take the orange ones home. You can see that there's a fresh one, and the orange ones deteriorate really quickly. The white ones seem to do a lot better, so I'm just changing them all. You can see there I've been writing on them, but they fades, but I'm using the Edding 750 marker pens now, the paint marker pens, and they're all doing well on the labels. So I'm trying to get all this sorted. I've got loads to do, trying to fit everything in. My Bocking 14 Comfrey, I had some sent me by Andy, and I think I left them in the pots over the winter, and they didn't do very well, and Frank, who is normally first to comment on all my videos, sent me some roots. He kindly bought me. Thank you to Frank. But yes, they're coming good, and it'll be a couple of years before we take a first harvest off these. Don't know the variety of this Comfrey, but it does spread, so you can see over there, look, it's a bit over there, and I did find some in that area, and whether it be the seeds or the roots, I'm not sure, but these plastic panels go quite deep, but probably not deep enough by the look of it. But it's easily controllable, we mustn't let it get out of hand. And this year I'm just going to be feeding my Comfrey pipe for the concentrate, not the steeped. So I'll get this filled up once it's established, and what I normally do is whichever gets up first, I'll harvest one, leave the other for the bees, then wait for this one to grow for the flowers, so the bees have got something to feed from, and then we cut this one down, so we just alternate it. Well, I hope you wasn't too shocked earlier with the eye patch, but it's a good reminder to make sure we keep these canes covered. You've only got your eyes once. I've just had a phone call, so I've got to go home now, so I'll be feeding the worms later on, or another day. It's Friday today, and you'll see this on Sunday. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.